This is my 3D model of the setting for my trade book, All Quiet on the Western Front. So the first thing I gotta mention is I chose to do a battlefield with like trenches and bunkers because it's World War One, and I just thought it would be the most accurate thing to do. So as you can clearly see from this overhead view, there's just like explosions and fire and people. So I guess we'll just get started over here. So these are like the bunkers, not necessarily bunkers, but these are like artillery guns, like the big guns. And down here, these people. So the blue people, it's the west. So the book is All Quiet on the Western Front, and it talks about, well, it's the story from a person named Paul Bommer, which is the main character of the story, and he's a German soldier. So one of the countries west to Germany is France, and in the book it deliberately talks about them fighting the French. So I looked up the World War One uniforms for the French, and it was the blue uniforms, and so the green are the Germans, because when I looked up the physical description of the main character for my other project, which was the 3D model of the main character, it showed their uniforms being green. So just as further on, the green guys are German. And I'm gonna explain these little crossbows here. I'm pretty sure you know this, but well, I'm just gonna stop talking. But these crossbows are just like the representations of guns, because Minecraft doesn't actually have real guns. So when you see these crossbows, it's just guns. And so these swords are just knives, just army knives, because Minecraft doesn't really have knives either. So we'll just like quickly go through and just explain everything that's going on. So these guys are storming the French bunker where the French are waiting for them. But they're coming in from this trench, which some of the people are battling in this big battle over here. Like this is like where most of the people are, because these people are having a knife fight. These guys are shooting at this French guy. These guys are fighting, and these guys are fighting. And so I'm just gonna explain like the red blocks and the campfires. So I just wanted to make it look a little more realistic. So these red blocks actually keep the fire going, because on like regular blocks they just burn out. And the campfires, as you can see, they're producing smoke. So when you like look at it from like this angle, like there's like a bunch of smoke and fire, and it just looks more realistic. Alright, moving on. This area, this guy's got a little squad with him. He's running in to storm the German bunker. This guy's getting Sparta kicked. I just thought that would be pretty cool. So, as I already mentioned, the red represents the blood, and this is like pieces of uniform that fell off, you could say. So these guys are kind of ready, but their bunker kind of got exploded. Again, the campfires with the smoke. This guy's like kind of trapped, but he's a soldier, so he doesn't really care. He doesn't care. Alright, so down here, all of these guys are charging towards, like they're trying to get over there. So they're charging towards, the French. These guys are just fighting. These guys are kind of cornered. But it's just a fight. And then this leads into the smaller, battlefield, where this guy's got a whole squad, and, they're just basically fighting. These guys up here are like, they have like the high ground almost, and these guys are like rushing in to help them over here in the small fight, while the French are back here waiting for these guys to come back in. And then the French has the big artillery bunker, which I'm pretty sure I already mentioned. This guy's coming up to help man the guns, and I think that is everything for my my first project, my 3D model of the setting. Goodbye.